Hey you guys, welcome back. So I have gotten a lot of new people recently, so I felt like it was only fair to introduce myself. I knew this was coming because I was like, I'm gonna try a different location. I'm gonna try to sit on the ground. I have this nice white wall here, so I was like, I'm gonna utilize it, and I just knew I was gonna get somebody here. And I knew it was a strong possibility I was gonna get this somebody here, so it's probably about time I introduce the real star of the show, which is Miss Stevie Nicks. She's my Chihuahua. She comes to work with me every day. She's a whole fucking brat. She used to live in somebody's backyard until they brought her to the Humane Society where I adopted her. So now she lives with me and fucking drives me crazy all the time. So say hi to Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks says hi to you and welcome to our crazy dysfunctional family. I have Stevie Nicks, and I have Max the German Shepherd, and Luna the German Shepherd Corgi mix. Those are my 3 dogs. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, I just knew, I was like, damn, I've been having a lot of new subscribers. I'm, in a kind of, video mode today. I'm starting to get better about, getting on, a routine video schedule. And I just, like I said, I don't even know if I've ever done a true about me. And this obviously, I feel like I have so much, I couldn't even scratch the surface of me as a person in even 30 minutes to an hour long video. I just feel like there's so much to cover, Steve. Yeah. So, I don't know, let's start at the beginning. I originally was born in New Jersey. I moved to South Carolina when I was 4 years old. You laying down? Okay, let's get comfy. I have my mimosa. If you watch me, then you know mimosa is my favorite story time drink. I thought it was only appropriate for the About Me. I think, honestly, drinking a little bit makes me a little more fun, a little more outgoing, a little more funny, maybe. I don't know, I make myself laugh. That's all that really matters. Anyway, so like I said, born in New Jersey, moved down here. I don't know, beginning of my life was normal, through high school. I was I don't know, how deep are we getting? How deep are we getting? I obviously, look at me, I was not the popular girl in high school. I wasn't the prep girl. This is what I looked like in high school minus the tattoos. So, just regular high school experience. And then, after high school, I went straight to hair school. Thought that was what I wanted to do. I graduated hair school and got my license for cosmetology and ended up just working. I was working at Sally's at the time, and I decided to just keep that job at Sally's. I don't know why I never went into a salon. I couldn't tell you. It's just my heart never wanted to. I got offered I thought at the time a really good position at Sally's. I was offered an assistant manager position. I mean, and the benefits and stuff were nice. It's just, I just didn't get paid anything. So anyway, I worked that for a while, but I kind of figured out in working at Sally's that doing hair was really not what I wanted to do. Because I was still doing it on the side here and there for people I knew. I hated it. I just, being honest, I just hated it. I like doing men's hair cutting. I liked doing color, but color is so complex and it doesn't always go the way that you want it to go. And sometimes it takes a really long time to achieve what you're trying to achieve. And it's just if I was not working on a human, I could probably do it. But it's I just don't know that I could just deal with talking to somebody for that long while also trying to deal with this really complicated process. I just didn't think it was something I wanted to do. I think that's what maybe ended up me not doing human hair. I think the anxiety of thinking oh my God, color services, that made me nervous. In hindsight, maybe I should have gone to barber school, but obviously I learned so much in cosmetology school that I still use now that ends up being worth it. Stevie Nicks, please come here. What are you doing? Scavenging. Yeah, Stevie Nicks is the scavenger, if you didn't know. I don't know if I've talked about that on YouTube, actually. She is a scavenger. I think she may have been a vulture in a past life. So all she does all day is run around and look for things to scavenge. She doesn't care what she can find, any little crumb, she's gonna eat it. So anyway, I have to watch her. She is like a little over a year old. Like I said, she used to be a street rat. So she just lived in somebody's backyard. She's ghetto. So anyway, like I said, ended up working at Sally's. Kind of realized that was like a rip-off job. You know, working assistant manager for any big corporate place, I feel like is like, you just end up putting like your heart and soul into something. I don't know. Some places maybe you're better than others. I felt like I was putting in a lot more effort than like what I was getting back from the company. I was certainly like, I was not getting paid anything. Like I got decent benefits, working corporate, but I just didn't think like, I think I was making like $8.75 an hour as an assistant manager. I can't remember. That may not have been it, but I'm positive it wasn't more than $9 an hour. So anyway, like I said, in the time working at Sally's, I ended up getting Max, my German Shepherd. And at the time, first I was living in an apartment, complete dumbass, never owned a dog before, got a German Shepherd, living in an apartment. Hey, it's me, your worst nightmare. But I'm proof that sometimes there is hope for the dumbass that gets the German Shepherd living in an apartment, eh? I grew up loving animals. Like, I was always, like, that person that, like, if there was a dog in the room, it was always attracted to me. Like, that was just, like, my thing. I remember, like, some of my earliest memories are, like, watching Jack Hanna. There's, like, so many young people these days. I'm, like, realizing how old I'm getting. I'm 28 right now when I'm making this. And I'm, like, starting to be reminded that I'm old. And, like, there's definitely, like, if I, like, went up to my 17-year-old sister and was like, Jack Hanna, she'd be like, maybe she'd know Steve Irwin, but Jack Hanna, not a chance. That's some old school shit. But anyway, that's what I grew up on. I, like, loved, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to work in a zoo when I grew up. Honestly, and me contemplating, like, why I didn't end up in the zoo. Like, why didn't I end up in a zoo? Like, honestly, I love working with dogs, but, like, a zoo? Like, I don't know. You guys are gonna be like, you fucking crazy ass bitch, you don't want to work in a zoo. You can get eaten by a lion. Might be. I don't know, but I always did want to work in a zoo. That was kind of my dream as a kid. Maybe a new life goal. Work in the zoo at some point, or do something with the zoo. I just want to meet the animals, or see, like, maybe not a zoo, though. That was, like, my dream as a kid, though. I want to be, like, a zookeeper or something. I thought that was, like, the most amazing job. Which, when you think from a kid's perspective, like, going to the zoo, I just saw the zoo people, they came out with all these crazy animals, and they'd be holding them, and I'd be like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. I want to come out holding little crazy animals. So that's what I did. I got little crazy animals, and now I hold them. I'm like, wow, look at me. I'm like that person with the crazy animals. Look at this one. Like I said, past life vulture. This life, my sister still swears she's some sort of bird. She could be. There's no telling. So my sister's always making jokes about how she's gonna take flight. I have no idea what kind of dog she is, by the way, in case somebody's wondering. Sometimes I look at her and I'm like, she's so cute. And then other times I'm like, look at that. It's a face that only a mother could love. Honey, I love you so much. Miss Stevie Nicks. Yeah. I love that. Like, I have Stevie Nicks, and then I have Max and Luna, which are, like, the most normie names ever for dogs. My ex-boyfriend named Max, just in case you were wondering, and Luna I named before all the dogs started to be named Luna. I was real disappointed when everybody started naming their dogs Luna, because it used to just be a cat name, but now it's dog name. And anyway, and then I have Stevie Nicks. And my next dogs will all be named after different rock stars and probably famous people in general, so... I have quite a few names picked out, but I'm going to obviously assess personalities. That doesn't matter. So anyway, where were we in the story? I worked at Camp Bow Wow, and then I moved. I have made this story before, but let me make an updated half-drunk one. Why not, right? So anyway, like I said, I moved away, like an hour away. That was a really old video anyway. I, like, interrupt myself all the time. Hi. I'm Janine. I interrupt myself and I tell stories, but they're kind of all over the place, but sometimes they're on track. I'm usually good at finishing the point. I just interrupt myself 10 times first. Okay, so back to the story. Working at Camp Bow Wow, moved an hour away, tried to find doggy daycare job, couldn't find one. Oh, did I say why I started working at camp? I don't think I did. Obviously I mentioned a couple times Sally's didn't pay a lot. I had Max in an apartment. I did start to say that. This is sloppy. Anyway, I had Max. He was in the apartment. I felt bad. He was at work, or he was at home by himself all day. So I started bringing him to people's houses, like my mom's house or a friend's house or wherever. So that he had like dog sitters throughout the day. So you got to go play and whatever. And that just became a lot to like go drive him somewhere and drop him off for the day and then have to go drive there after I got off work. Like imagine adding like an extra hour to your drive time after you get off work and before work. Forget it. Like it was just such a mess. Oh my God. Anyway, so I found out, I honestly, at the time, doggy daycare wasn't as big of a thing. I found out, like, there's this, like, doggy daycare thing, and you can, like, fucking bring your dogs to work. I'm like, hell yeah, sign me up. I got the job there. They paid way more than my assistant manager job at Sally's, and I was able to bring him to work. And then in that time, I ended up adopting Luna, and I worked there for a little bit, and then, like I started to say, I went, what's that about? Okay, I have some fucking Apple Watch update. Anyway, I ended up, I said, fucking, this is Janine talking. There's Janine, sober me, that does the grooming videos, and then there's Janine that sits down to do these, like, chill videos. So anyway, Janine is just a little bit more fun. Janine can be a little dry sometimes, so, you know, sometimes we gotta get the mimosas out and have a little fun. Anyway, so, like I said, this is all over the place. At Camp Bow Wow, move an hour away, no daycares in sight. I end up getting a job in a grooming shop. Like I mentioned, I had cosmetology experience. I'm like, I know how to fluff a resume, honey. I got this shit. So I was like, bitch, I've worked with dogs. I've worked with clippers. I was like, bitch, I got this. They fucking hooked me up. So they did. I walked in there first day. They put a fucking clipper in my hand, 7 all over, shaved this dog. It was trying to bite me. It was something. What a fucking day, man. I was like, this is unreal. I never thought in my life about being a dog groomer. It's so funny because people would say it to me all the time. They're like, you work with dogs and you fucking do hair. Why wouldn't you groom dogs? And I don't like little frou-frou dogs. I hated little dogs at the time. You hear that? She fucking tries to eat a string on my blanket. You're always trying to die. Part of the reason I hate little dogs, they do dumb shit like that. Just try to kill themselves. Like, are you stupid? Don't, like, scavenger. What did I say? Goddamn scavenger. Scavenging all the time, Steve. Sorry. Anyway, so, what the fuck are you eating? I'm trying to do about me, Steve. We're talking right now. What are you doing? What are you chewing on, huh? Listen, you're embarrassing me on camera. Just so the feeling's mutual. Anyway, so, like I said, they put a clipper in my hand. I started shaving dogs. At first, I thought it was so fucking hilarious because, like I said, I was just like, never thought about grooming dogs. Just never. I own German Shepherds. Honestly, Luna needed grooming. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know shit about dog grooming, okay? I, grew up, first of all, with cats. My grandma was, super into cat rescue. We never even really had long-haired cats, but my grandma was an old lady. She brushed her cats. That's just, she wouldn't have let her, oh my God, she'd rather die before her cats got matted or something. So, we never had one that had long enough hair to get matted, but even her short-haired cats, she brushed them all the time. So they never had, they never got to that, neglect state. But either way, because I think about that now, I've seen groomers post about it, about how, growing up, they had, a dog or a cat that, was matted or whatever. My mom may have had a mom. Anyway, but my grandma was anyway, grew up with her cat stuff. but never in dog grooming. She had some neighbors. I'd seen like mobile dog groomers, but again, I just never thought about it for me. People would suggest it for me. I was like, you're insane. That's not my gig. I like my big dogs. You know, I used to be like, little dogs aren't dogs. Like, I was like one of those, right? And then, like I said, moved to this place. Only option is to groom dogs. So I'm like mostly around little dogs. I fell in love. So I did that for a little while. That was like, I'm trying to remember. It just like, I don't know. Oh, I worked there for a long time. It was like a little small shop, and like they didn't have money to do like raises. And it just like got to a point, like it was like, again, like I just like wasn't making that much money. They like had no plans of like giving us raises. And I was like, all right, gotta move on. And thus began the cycle of like, after that, I went back to corporate daycare. Then my grandma started dying. Hello, can I help you? This is the sad part of the story. Thank you. So my grandma was my closest person in my life. Loved her more than anything. Oh, good. We're now getting the whole gang over here. This is great. Hey, Max. How are you? Hey, Luna. Okay, let's not spill the mimosa. Thank you. So aggressive how you came in here. You see how she does that? She comes in just like immediately starts nudging me as hard as she can. You're like, gonna start creating shadow. Okay, or you're gonna like bump the entire thing that my phone is on and expose that my outlet's right there. Hello, I was trying to hide that. Thank you. Stevie Nicks, come here. Nope. Nope. Stay right where you are. Thank you. Nope. Go in. Excuse me, I was telling a sad part of the story. They're like, yeah, we're here with you, don't worry. We got you for this sad part. But yeah, like, okay, so my fucking grandma died. It was awful. Like, I don't know. I don't want to get all, like, emotional on you. So it's easier for me to just kind of make, not jokes, but Luna, please, honey, no, go on. Bye, go, bye. Bye. Stevie, you go too, bye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Does anybody else have to do that with their dogs? When they start, like, maybe it's like just only a multi-dog owner thing, but they all start to swarm me, and that's what I do. I have to just like yell bye or yell something and like go bye. Anyway, where was I? Y'all made me forget where it was. Okay. Like I said, grooming jobs. Oh, camp out. Grandma died. And then that kind of shook me to my core for a little bit. I took some time off work. I ended up taking 8 months off work. Went back, and that's when I got the job at the crazy place. And I worked there for a while. My stepdad died while I was working there. I got bit by a dog. And then I decided to start my house call business. And then as I talked in my house call business video, I had plans to get the van. It was already like in motion. I had different money that I was planning on using for it. So I got that started. And then from there, social media journey, I started, Stevie, you're blocking the light. I'm like, come on, bro, read through. Anyway, wow, this was actually not as long as I thought. The social media, just in case y'all are curious, a couple years ago, it was when I worked for a mobile groomer. I don't think I mentioned that, but at one point I ended up working for a mobile groomer, and she would always talk about like social media stuff. And I started, like, I would work some days by myself whenever I was with her, and when I would do that, I started posting like little clips of me like bathing a dog real quick or whatever. And then I got the job at the last shop that I worked at that was like super crazy. And that's like when I went into full film mode. I just like literally went in there, like, okay, when I was in hair school, that I had this one teacher that would always say that fake it till you make it thing. And she would talk about that, like, okay, like if you get a perm in and you've never done a perm on a human before, but you've done it like 1,000 times on a mannequin, then just fake it till you make it. Because you know how to do it. You're just fucking scared because you've never done it before. So just fake it till you make it. Right? So I just kind of like took that mentality with like the like posting on social media and like getting comfortable with that kind of thing. Like I just fucking did it, you know, like, and just kept making myself like post. So yeah, it was like really awkward at first. I was just talking about this the other day, actually, like about how like when I started, like literally there was no dog groomers watching me, and I would like post on YouTube and like nobody even followed me. I like kind of, at first I don't even think I wanted people to follow me. I still like struggle with that sometimes. Like whenever I like really think about like, sometimes I look at the number of people that watch my videos and it's just like a number. And then other days it like hits me that that's all like humans, and I'm like, oh my God, like, and it like is so terrifying, and I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck, and that's so scary and whatever. But then I also have this like mentality of like, I'm only gonna be here once, and I really want to enjoy the time that I'm here, and I want to travel the world, and I want to do cool things. I think it'd be really cool to travel and teach people how to groom and, you know, do all kinds of fun things, you know. I got a lot of plans of things that I want to do. But yeah, I've had a lot of different experiences in my life that have gotten me here. Really like learning, like I've been like, I kind of like quickly like ran over like, you know, almost 28 years of my life. So it's kind of like, there's obviously like more in-depth stories, but that's just kind of like a quick rundown, I guess, of how I got here. And I talked a little bit more about it in my house call video too, about how I specifically got to house call. And then from house call, I went to mobile, and I kind of talked about it in that video, but I can get a little bit more in depth on like mobile and like, you know, the process that I went through to get my van, like start to finish, like what did I have to do first and all that. I honestly need to make a video on that, because that's honestly, I think, what you guys want to know anyway. But yeah, I like my story times, and I wanted to do something like a little bit more serious, but like, I don't know, be kind of fun. I don't know. I didn't drink very much in my mimosa, so I'm not like super like, you know, I'm not get that giggly kind of fun drunk yet. Incoming, right, Steve? But yeah, my goals for YouTube, I really obviously want to grow this channel. There's a lot of things that I have planned that I'll be doing like probably on other platforms too. Like I want to start doing maybe weekly live streams. That's something I was thinking about, like hopefully doing maybe over here. I don't know. I've never done a live stream on YouTube, so maybe that'll be something. And then definitely some stuff on Instagram. I've thought about doing like maybe some Patreon videos. I don't know. There's definitely like lots of things coming from here. I've really been enjoying the story times. Like, I think that's what maybe brought in a lot of you guys, is the story times. And yeah, that's something ironically that I've always wanted to do. Before I was even set on dog grooming, I actually started this YouTube channel, and I used to upload storytime videos, and then I uploaded a bunch, got cold feet about it, deleted all of them, and they were just like about miscellaneous things that honestly now if I probably saw them, I'd probably delete them again. They're probably like, you know, whatever. I think there was like one that was like paranormal experiences that I'd had happen, which honestly, the shit that I've had happen just in this house. I live in a really old house by myself, and it's like kind of creepy, but I love it. The stuff that's happened here is like really creepy, honestly more creepy than whatever paranormal shit that I would have recorded before and deleted. And I told some crazy stories about like personal life stories that have happened to me. That's something I still want to do, is talk more about like personal life stuff, but it's hard, you know, to like find that fine line so you don't like end up, I don't know, getting somebody really pissed at you because you told a story that didn't favor them very well, you know? But yeah, I definitely love doing the story times. The grooming is obviously really fun too. I have some like scientific stuff that I can definitely share with you guys, some more like cosmetology kind of stuff. I definitely want to be helpful to you guys. Like I want to help encourage you guys that it's really not that hard, like to start a business. Like, I mean, it is, like, I don't want to like belittle it and make it seem like it's just some easy peasy thing, because it's not. It does, like, you gotta be ready to put in that fucking work, girl. But it's when you, like, it really is true that if you, like, really, really love it, it's not, like, working. Like, right now, this is technically me working. Like, if you talk to, like, people, like, on paper, this is me working. Like, I'm making a video. I'm not just sitting on my couch doing my thing. I'd rather be sitting on my couch watching a tarot reading. Well, not rather. Actually, that's the thing, is I wouldn't rather. I enjoy this. I like talking to you guys. I like making these videos, and I like that you guys like me. Makes me feel good about myself, so thank you guys. I got tagged in a post the other day. Somebody posted on a grooming forum. They were like, asked if people had seen my channel, and there was like a bunch of people that were like, oh my god, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm like a celebrity. Thank you guys. It's just unreal. It really is. I know I'm still like a smaller creator, but it's just still like so fun. I really, really enjoy doing these videos. I'm very thankful that, you know, I have people that watch me every day on my fucking long ramble ass videos. So yeah, I'm so glad that you guys have been enjoying the channel. I'm so glad that you guys like to listen to me blab. I can't wait to show you guys all the amazing things that I have coming. And until then, just enjoy the stories. And yeah, I hope this video gave you a little insight on me. Obviously, through the stories, you'll find out a little bit more and a little bit more. But yeah, I love you guys, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.